What's up YouTube, Dow here from Zephyr War Games, and I've done it, finally done it. I have broken Dark Magician, and I know a lot of you are going to go, what? How? There's no way, Dark Magician can't be broken. Well, I'm going to prove you all exactly wrong. Now, for those of you that know the channel, Dark Magician is my favourite deck. Technically, it turns out that Dark Magician is also the most profiled deck on the channel, and there is a reason why. I like to experiment with the deck, I like to bring out all the different variants, and I like to keep it as competitive as possible. So before we do dive into this profile, please smash the like button, hit the notification bell, and subscribe so you do not miss out on any more awesome Yu-Gi-Oh content. With that said and done, let me take you through this profile and explain to you, step by step, before you jump at conclusions, why this deck is broken. Now, let's start off. We play triple Dark Magician. Broken. That's it. That's all you need. You play Dark Magician. Done. Done. Dusted. That's it. Stop. Done. It's over. Joking aside. Triple Dark Magician. Standard. That's what a Dark Magician deck is. Triple Magician's Rod. The most important normal summon of the entire deck. Also, the only normal summon of the entire deck that you want to play. We then play Triple Magician's Soul. Now, if you're going, I don't have souls, what do I put instead? Absolutely fine. 3 hand traps. Any hand traps you want. Infinite Impermanence? Sure. Call by the Grave? Sure. Ash Blossom? Sure. Ghost Ogre? Sure. Anything you want to put, you can put it in. And you might be like, but why? Magician's Souls is so good for the deck. Yeah, well, doesn't really need it. This actually is very, very good, and it gives you an additional draw too, and puts some dead cards in the graveyard, which is why it is so blooming good. But if you're like, really don't fancy spending £150 on just these, then completely understandable, and you can take them straight out. So I wouldn't even worry about that. It's not the end of the world. We are making this the most competitive version, so I have put them in. If you do have them, put them in. If you don't, any particular hand trap will do the job just as much. And then finally, the last monster that we play is Apprentice Illusion. Now, we're not actually using Apprentice Illusion in this deck as a special summon target, or more so, we're going to use it as a 2k hand trap, so if our opponent tries to get rid of one of our lower level spellcasters, we ditch it and off we go. But she's also very, very good to extend the board should you need to as well. And that's it. That is your main monster lineup for this deck. Moving on to the spells, of course, we play the staple triple dark magical circle. This is actually even more important than it used to be, or more important than it usually is, which is quite hard to do considering it is the most important spell, so, you know, close to it. Dark magical circle, you should all know what this does by now. Triple soul servant, again, just as important. Like, I always want to know what I'm about to draw into, and if I can stack my deck legally, I'm going to do it. And that is where soul servant comes into it. This deck, when the draw power goes off, if you were to get into all your draw cards, you can technically draw in one single turn 9 cards. 9 cards. I'll show you exactly how you do that towards the end as well. We've then got double Secrets of Dark Magic. Now, Secret of Dark Magic, why are we playing 2 of it? Because we're searchable with Rod and Circle, and it's also more important than ever. Because it is a quick play, this is what's going to get you everything you need. I don't want to ruin it for you just yet, but it gets you everything you need. It gets you where you need to go, and being able to drop your cards during your opponent's turn or during the end phase can really, really mess your opponent up. And it's beautiful when that happens, especially when they're like, oh, you're playing Dark Magician, and I just lost a Dark Magician in 2020. Yes, you did. Dark Magic Inheritance, you play a load of spells, so this is even more consistent than it was before. And then, Illusion Magic. This is more important now than ever. And again, I will explain to you that shortly. We then play the draw engine of triple Spellbook of Secrets and double Spellbook of Knowledge. Now, I usually don't like this engine because it's a 5-card draw engine, but in this version, this is more important than ever. And I'll explain to you why this is more important than ever after I show you the next cards. So, to finish off the draw engine, we are playing double Memories of Hope. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are playing the Numeron engine. We did play the Jet Synchron engine. That was great, but that ran into Nibiru as well as being hit by Ash Blossom and harder hand traps to stop. Whereas now, with the Numeron engine, you only need to play, technically, 4 cards. If you wanted to, you add in the Memories of Hope and make it a 6-card engine. If you want to bump up your Memories of Hope to 3, by all means you can do, but you're only going to be able to resolve it once. But this lets you draw anywhere from 3 to 4 cards, which is nuts. Absolutely nuts. So, for those of you that don't know what the Numeron engine is, where have you been? It is technically a 1-card combo that can't be ashed and can only be Ghost Ogred, which not a lot of people are playing right now, and can end in either an OTK or a Zexal, locking your opponent's cards out for an entire turn, if not more. But the idea is you lock them out for a entire turn, you're going to kill them the next turn anyway. Happy blooming days. So I've minimised the engine as much as possible, and before you guys go, oh, it's not Dark Magician, it's a new one. No, it's technically only a 6-card engine that you wouldn't play in Dark Magicians anyway. Everything else you would normally play in Dark Magicians. So this, if I'm going to give my Dark Magician a meta edge, I'm going to find the next best meta engine to do so. And this is one of them that's going to help you get there. We then finish off this engine, with additional spell cards of Spellcaster, Secret Village Spellcaster, Set Rotation, and Terraforming. That is such an important 1-card combo to get you into Zexal that you want as many ways as possible to get to it. I don't mind actually giving my opponent Secret Village of the Spellcasters, because they're not going to be able to blooming play it. And even if they did, I'm going to Zexal them anyway, they can't then use it. If they then flip it and somehow play Spellcasters, I'm going to be playing Spellcasters as well, so I'm not worried about that at all. If you wanted to make this more consistent, you bump it up to 2, but literally this is in here so that I can use Set Rotation, so that I can get to my Numeron network as early as possible. And before you guys go, yeah, well your draw engine doesn't start until you get your Numeron engine out, not true. Your draw engine in Dark Magician starts way before that, and again, I'll show you exactly why that is the case. Finishing off on the traps, we do play double Magician's Navigation, double Eternal Soul. Both of these are more important than ever because we can technically protect Eternal Soul with our Numeron as Zexal, and as long as we can shut them out during the end phase, it's not going to get popped. Then we couple that off with our Magician's Navigation, which again is more important than it usually is because we don't mind them trying to ash us because they're locked under Zexal. We'll then get a Magician's Navigation, get a Navigation in the graveyard, and then during our turn, if we do activate an Eternal Soul and they're like, cool, I'm going to MST it, you go, nope, I'm going to banish my Navigation because I control it out Magician. Dunked on Sun. And then the last card we play can be any hand trap you want, but we're going for the most powerful one right now, and that is Infinite Impermanence, because you want to out your own Zexal, not your own Zexal, but you want to out the Zexal you're going to be facing. So, come on. Then moving on to the extra deck. So the extra deck is set up as follows. So we play the Dark Magician, the Dragon Knight, the Dark Magicians, and the Ebon Illusion. Just imagine when Dragoons comes out. Imagine that. Just, oh, absolutely disgusting. Imagine making Dragoons during your opponent's turn. Absolutely disgusting. Anyway, Ebon Illusion, Dark Magicians, and the Dragon Knight. So imagine quick playing this during your opponent's turn, right? And then go, alright, I've protected everything, you've locked under Zexal, or you're going to go into this one. We're going to draw cards, set cards, play cards. Or you're going to go into Ebon Illusion and then start moving for your extension plays to bring your Dark Magician from the deck. We've then, of course, got the One Duck, the World Chalice Dragon, because this is how you get into this. I'm not messing around with Eye of Timaeus. I am literally just going to turn my Dark Magician into this, and then I'm going to quick play going into this. Simple as that. We then play the one Selene, because Selene is an absolute boss in this deck, and Selene paves the way, ladies and gentlemen, for access code. Yes, of course, it does need an additional effect monster. This can bring back any spellcaster, but if you do bring back Dark Magician, you turn it into this, boom, wham, done. IP Masquerena, Nightmare Unicorn, and of course, Nightmare Phoenix and Nightmare Unicorn to get you out of sticky situations. And then, of course, your boss monster of Blackluster Soldier, Soldier of Chaos. And then, of course, we do play the Zexal engine because we are metas. We got the 1, we got the 2, we got the 3, we got the 4, and the bad boy Zexal himself. We have completed the whole family. We're only playing one lot of the engine because we're not playing a card like Extravagance, because Extravagance only lets us draw 2. This version lets you draw 9. 9 cards, ladies and gentlemen. 9 cards. And I'm about to show you exactly how you do that. So, boom. You should have all seen the combo by now of how Numeron Network works. Now, the biggest catch up on Numeron calling that a lot of people may struggle to splash in any deck is it does say if Numeron Network is in your field zone and you control no monsters. It also then says you can only normal or special summon once for the rest of the turn. Okay, so I'm going to play this, I'm going to go into this, I'm going to draw, I'm going to go into my free XYZs, go into my Zexal, that's my turn over. Nope. In Dark Magicians, ladies and gentlemen, as long as you have the ability to get to A, or of course get to, where are you, the last one off, hidden right at the bottom as it always would be, B, you can do loads. Absolutely loads. Okay, so here is an example, okay? We've got a Magician's Soul, we've got a Magician's Rod. Fine. Normal summon the Rod. Rod, search me out Illusion Magic. Or Circle, that's the whole idea of it. But the other is you can have more cards to play around with this one. The Illusion Magic, done Rod's job. Let's use Illusion Magic, get rid of that. Bring myself out. 2 Dark Magicians to the hand. Now you've seen how many spells and traps we play, so we're just going to add 2 more to hand. I'm going to go through the full draw engine for you guys. Simple as this. Magician's Souls. Boom, I want it on the board. I don't really care about it being on the board. I'm not restricted yet. Magician's Souls. Let's say we send, where are you? The last Dark Magician or the Apprentice. Doesn't really matter which one you send as long as a spellcaster of level 6 or 7 hits the graveyard. You are fine. Magician's Souls effect. Let's ditch 2 spells. Alright, cool. So let's ditch a, let's say we opened up, or we got into network, got into the call, not even calling, we got into network, and we got into, find me another random spell. Let's go into navigation. You go, okay, cool. We also opened up, we got the circle, or however you want to do it. Absolutely fine. You're going to go, okay, Magician's Soul, send 2, cool. We drew into a knowledge and something else. You then go knowledge, send this, draw 2 more. Oh cool, I've got to my network, that's alright. Activate network, send calling. Now I'm locked down. And then you go, okay cool, I managed, after those 4 cards that I drew, 2 off of Souls, 2 off of the spellbook, and the deck thing of getting 2 Dark Magicians to the hand, I got into the Memories of Hope. I'm going to replenish my hand with 1, 2, 3, 4. Broken. I've just drawn 9 cards from my opening hand. Yes, I've ditched a few, but I've drawn a few too. I've minimised the risk. If I wanted to make this deck complete control, if I wanted to make this deck have more back row, more front row, more hand traps, you can. There is so much space to play around with it. It is mad. All you need is the Numeron Network. Everything else is massive draw power and engines, and once you go, I've Zexaled you for a turn, you're hoping to set yourself up with an Eternal Soul, or a Navigation, or a Dark Magician. So, you guys that started this video going, well, how does Dark Magician work better with the Numeron Network than everything else? Here's your answer. Dark Magician can still use summons prior to making Numeron Network, get rid of them off the board so Numeron Network is still live, have more consistency for Numeron Network, and get more draws. Absolutely nuts. So you're going to lock your opponent out with Zexal. You're then going to start your second turn with a 2k Zexal. Hopefully by this point as well you've drawn and got into your Dark Magician plays. Dark Magician, if you navigate, as long as you have the Fusion play set, you can technically end your board with a Zexal on 2k plus the Dark Magicians to give you draw power. Then if you've set yourself with an Eternal Soul and a Navigation in the graveyard, at end phase, bring back the Eternal Soul, you can then switch off anything that might threaten your board with the Navigation. So your board will then, as if that's not enough ladies and gentlemen, will then basically be looking like this to your opponent, and they're not going to like this because you've just shut them out with Zexal. They've probably set 5 and passed, I don't know, doesn't really matter. Your board's sitting like this. And all you've really had to extend after the 9 cards from the deck you've drawn into and the 2 you have deck finned for, the only other cards that you have played is the Eternal Soul, the Navigation and the Network. You can technically still end your hand with 5 to 6 cards. If they are imperms, you would set them. If they are disruptions, you will put them in the field, or you will be holding on to them like Ash Blossoms, Veilers, Ghost Ogres, and completely wreck your opponent. You might be going, But Dale, what if I don't go first? Exactly the same outcome. And if you're like, but Dale, what if they want to try and ghost Ogre Wine Network? Okay, fine. So you're going to tell me they're going to wait for you to go through a Souls and a Rod to try and hit your network? No way. No way. Not unless they know you're playing it, and even then you just go, that's fine. I'll play around it. I'll deal with it. I'll use my Dark Magician plays. I don't mind. So, what if you're going second? Well, you're going second. You just do all of the exact same draw power and end yourself on the 4 numeron numbers that's going to get you the OTK. If it doesn't get you the OTK but clears their board off, you go, cool. Thank you very much. I've now got a Zexal. Oh, we're going to Nibiru you. Okay, fine. I've already drawn a crap ton of cards. This has only cost me 1 card. I still have 5 more cards to play with. They can be board breakers. They can be bait outs. They can be absolutely anything. No one is going to expect, well, they might do now, that I have displayed it, that Dark Magician Neurons are a thing. We have upgraded ourselves, ladies and gentlemen. We are no longer in the shadow of Jet Synchron that could possibly get the ban. We are in the realm, the world of Dark Magician Numerons. And if you go, yeah, but what if Zexal gets banned? So what? So what? Yeah, okay, Zexal would be a big loss. But all that then allows us to do is go, you know what? In Dark Magician, what I'm going to have now is I'm going to have the Numeron Network 1 card combo. That's then going to end me in a 4 material Appaloosa, and I'm still going to draw 9 cards. Come at me, bro. You've drawn 9 cards, you've drawn 5 for your opening hand, you've already gone through 14 cards. Not to mention, if you use your deck fin of your Dark Magician's Rod and the Circle, you would have got another 2. You've already gone through 16 cards, plus the Illusion Magic lets you go down to going through 18 cards, leaving you 22 cards left in deck, and all of those cards are going to be additional draw cards or additional extenders to get your Dark Magician on the board, and also be able to finish your opponent off in a 1-2 swing. Done. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you keep Dark Magician relevant, how you keep Dark Magician powerful, and how Dark Magician will kick some meta ass. And I almost guarantee that. So, I'm sorry for the overexcited profile. I hope you enjoyed it. I am just pumping confidence back into the Dark Magician players that keep getting told day after day after day, Dark Magician is trash. You can't play Dark Magician. It is trash. It will get smashed. It will do this. No, it won't. If built correctly, if played correctly, Dark Magician will cause your opponent so many issues, and they will never see it coming until you take that W and they take that L. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is all I have to say for Dark Magicians. So please like, comment, subscribe, share, and until next time, guys, as absolutely always, happy dueling.
Don't even try. Well, would you look at that? My glass is empty.